Coming up on News Live at 6, University Union hosts a night of laughter, the talent they highlight and what to look forward to.
Plus, Spring 2023 Student Association election results are in. Who will be the next president, vice president, and more.
And some new rule changes are coming to the Syracuse Mets. We're going to break them down all ahead of opening day. And hey, spoiler alert, they don't involve the pitch clock count. News Live at 6 starts right now.
CitrusTV News Live at 6, your campus news leader.
University Union is hosting a comedy event. Good evening and welcome into News Live at 6. I'm Jake Morel.
And I'm Peyton Spellacy. Our CitrusTV reporter Cora Mayer-Costa tells us what to expect from UU's latest event.
Good evening, Jake and Peyton. If you're in need of a laugh, look no further. University Union's Night of Comedy had quite the lineup. Take a look. It's comedy night at SU, but what does that entail?
And one of the girls was like, "Oh, teacher, there's some towels in the closet." I said, "Girl, my name may be mopping, but I am no janitor."
Hosted by University Union, this night is open to students to enjoy freely, even those who aren't familiar with the comedy scene.
I don't know too much about the artists that are going to be performing, but I'm just excited to hear the content and have a good time with my friends and the crowd itself.
In order to ensure a good time for students, UU began planning this event ever since the start of winter break.
We spend months planning this and hundreds of man hours, like really just diving into the nitty-gritty details of how the performance is supposed to go. And then once you see it happen, it's like the best feeling in the world.
Yeah. The headliners of the night were SNL alum Chris Redd and popular TikTok comedian Trevor Wallace. The opener, Moppin, is one of SU's own. He says the comedy scene on campus is hard.
And so sometimes I'll think, is this funny to everybody? Is this just funny to me? And so when you're always closing, it's like I always got to top the last thing I did. And so that's probably the hardest part. Other than that, I have so many opportunities to tell jokes. It's great, you know. It's funny that the comedy club here is called The Playground, but this campus is literally my playground, my sandbox.
The event went on for a full 2 hours with nonstop laughter. From the reception of students, University Union plans to continue to provide a variety of entertainment events in the future. Reporting in studio, I'm Cora Mayer-Costa.
Thank you, Cora. The results are in for the Spring 2023 Student Association elections. William Treloar and Yasmin Nehrouz have been elected president and executive vice president of the Student Association, receiving 68% of the vote. Dylan France has also been elected for comptroller with 97% of the vote. The Board of Elections Chair Otto Sutton sent an email Saturday announcing the winners, as well as the other newly elected students.
And the Syracuse University Graduate Worker Union election is being held today and tomorrow. Voting will be available from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. in the JMA Wireless Dome tomorrow. Eligible voters include graduate research assistants, teaching assistants, and graduate assistants who are receiving a stipend. Syracuse Graduate Employees United encourages voters to wear their swag to the polls.
And hot chocolate and donuts, it's a staple to everyone's morning and also something you can share with a dean. Every day this week from 6 to 8 p.m., students can meet with their college's dean for a Q&A. Newhouse Dean Mark Lodato will meet with students Thursday in the Schaefer Art Building. The rest of the week's schedule can be found in an email from the Student Association.
April marks Dalit History Month, and SU is celebrating with events this week. A lecture was given today by a visiting assistant professor of sociology and women and gender studies at St. John Fisher University. It discussed complex intersections of caste, class, gender, religion, and tradition of Dalit women. Another event will be held on Wednesday, April 5th.
It's that time of year again. Course registration begins this Thursday for rising seniors and next week for juniors and sophomores. Advisors are reminding students to check for any holds on your MySlice account and have them resolved before your date. Check in with advisors and DegreeWorks for what classes you'll need to take in the fall and to begin adding classes to your shopping carts. You can check when your registration date is on your MySlice portal.
hot dogs, Cracker Jacks, and Syracuse baseball. It's all coming back to MBT Bank Stadium tomorrow as the Syracuse Mets kick off a new season. And to preview this big home opener, we're joined live by CitrusTV reporter John Perrick. John, good evening.
Well, guys, baseball is back here in Syracuse. It's that time of the year where you take your winter gloves and trade them in for a baseball glove because the Syracuse Mets are getting ready for their home opener tomorrow. And you can see a lot of empty seats around me. Well, by this time tomorrow, that's not going to be the case. Take me out to opening day.
No, we're really excited. We're always excited after a long winter hibernation.
The Syracuse Mets take on the Rochester Red Wings tomorrow at 2, and the preparation is already underway. Just ask the voice of the Mets, Michael Tricarico.
Past weekend has certainly been busy. I personally wasn't here for the weekend, but I was getting all of the emails of, on Saturday, hey, we're going to be in at 8:30 in the morning getting ready. So it's just a matter of, from the grounds crew, our turf division, getting the field ready to play.
And one thing fans will need to adjust to in the coming weeks, robot umpires.
On top of our press box level, you'll notice a bunch of cameras. That's called the Hawkeye system. It's a similar system that's used in tennis. And using that system starting April 24th, half of our games will be completely called by, as some people might like to call it, robot umpires, but it's just that system saying whether the pitch is in the zone or not, and then whether it's a ball or strike.
Joining Tricarico in the booth again this season is Evan Stockton.
We have the 4 best hitting prospects in the New York Mets minor league system. We say without exaggeration, this may be the most talented roster to start a season in the history of Syracuse baseball.
And this year, when you go to buy that yummy hot dog, make sure you've got a card.
Maybe the biggest change in terms of concessions is going to be going to an all-cashless system.
And win or lose for Tricarico, the best part of opening day comes before first pitch.
Just to see the smiles on the families' faces coming in, see all our longtime season ticket holders and the new ones as well. We're just really excited to get things going for this season.
And again, as we saw in the package, if you're coming here to MBT Bank Stadium, you want to get a hot dog, you want to get some peanuts, you come here, you can't use cash anymore. It's all card only, but they do have an option for people like you if you want to use cash. You can come over here. See this guy? This is essentially it's a reverse ATM. You come in here, you can take your cash, put it in, and then it will spit out a credit card. Live here at MBT Bank Stadium. John Perrick, CitrusTV News, guys.
John, thank you. That looks like a blast out there at the Syracuse Mets Stadium. But now let's go to the CitrusTV weather deck where Peter Elliott has your latest weather. Peter?
Hey, John. Thanks so much. Hopefully the Mets will be playing baseball tomorrow at NBT Bank Stadium. Right now here in Syracuse, it is drizzling, and this rain won't abate until sometime tomorrow right around noon. So hopefully it'll go away in time for first pitch. That's kind of the rub with playing baseball this time of year in early April. A lot of these showers can wash away baseball games, but with the rain it is right now, you could certainly play 9 innings. Later tonight, the temperature will dip down into the high 40s, lows in the mid 40s. That wind will die down around 5 miles per hour, but again, that rain will persist throughout the evening and into tomorrow. And that's going to be the theme of this week weather-wise. Lots of precipitation, especially on Wednesdays. We're going to see pretty severe thunderstorms make their way through central New York, and that could be pretty significant. So watch out for that. Bring your rain jackets and umbrellas for hump day because we're going to be seeing a lot of rain and a lot of significant weather for that day. Afterwards, though, we should clear up and see some nice, bright, sunny skies on Thursday and Friday. But for now, we're going to deal with a little bit of rain as we work our way through a soggy start to spring. For now, I'll send it back to you in the studio, Jake and Peyton.
Peter, thank you. And new details on Brandon Williams. The congressman for New York's 22nd district has been criticized for not living inside district lines, but that might not change anytime soon. Williams and his wife Stephanie currently live on a 64-acre truffle farm 2 miles outside the district. And despite promises to move if elected, he's downplayed the importance of the issue.
I currently live 2 minutes outside of the district. You know, if that 2 minutes makes a world of difference, I don't think so. And frankly, the voters that we're talking to don't think so either. So it's Central New York. Okay.
The congressman now says he won't commit to a move.
And it's a bar turned barber shop. At the Kitty Hoynes Irish Pub in downtown Syracuse, bar-goers shaved their heads for cancer yesterday. Sunday's St. Baldrick's fundraiser marks the 19th year of the event. This time, some 220 people sported a shiny bald head. Since 2005, the fundraiser has raised almost $7 million.
When seasons change, sickness strikes. In addition to COVID, there are many sicknesses going around central New York right now. According to local health experts, strep throat and the flu are all over CNY. For students here on campus, don't hesitate to call the Barnes Center if you're feeling sick. You can reach out to a triage nurse by dialing the number on your screen.
And drivers traveling northbound on I-81 will need to take a detour. According to an alert from the Department of Transportation, ramps at exits 24A and 24B will be closed starting today. The closure comes as part of a 2-month-long plan to repair the bridge. The DOT will post messages directing traffic away from those ramps.
And 24 years ago, Guy Pike disappeared. Now his family is looking for closure. Authorities are launching another investigation to try and learn what happened to Pike. According to reports, Pike and his Chevy Blazer have been missing since 1999. The nonprofit volunteer group Adventures with Purpose will use sonar and boats to search for him. And the city of Syracuse is looking for a new parks commissioner. On May 1st, incumbent Julie Lefebvre will leave her post to become the operations director at the New York State Fair. According to Mayor Ben Walsh, he's looking for a leader who will take control of budgeting, operations, and maintenance. This makes sense given Lefebvre's track record. With Syracuse Parks, Lefebvre expanded youth programming, built new playgrounds, and converted public pools to saltwater.
And Easter may be a week away, but in Oswego, kids got to celebrate yesterday. The Easter Bunny is fresh off an appearance at the Youth Bureau's Easter Bunny Drive. The drive made 10 stops throughout the city and granted kids 20 minutes for photos and greetings. Children lined up to take photos and collect candy from the Easter Bunny.
Coming up after the break, big disagreements in the New York State Legislature. We'll give you an update on where the budget stands.
And how a proposed New York bill could raise minimum wage by 2026. Stay with us.
My house. Lately, not my happy place. Everybody's pretty tired of each other. The parents were not themselves. My little brothers were morphing into small creatures. The walls were closing in. Clearly, a case of too much family, too close, 24/7. And there's a lot of that going around right now. If this sounds like your house, try going someplace new. YourLifeYourVoice.org. You'll find lots of ideas to help you handle the family stresses of being confined to close quarters. YourLifeYourVoice.org. It might not get you out of the house, but it could help you find a little more breathing room.
If you see news happening on campus, in Syracuse, or across the nation, call the Citrus TV newsroom, 315-443-1177, or tweet at Citrus TV News, your campus news leader.
Welcome back to News Live at 6. Disagreements are holding up in budget talks with the New York State Legislature. Governor Kathy Hochul says they're focused on making progress in bail and housing.
Hochul is also looking to ban flavored tobacco products, increase the number of charter schools in New York City, and ban fossil fuels starting at the end of 2025. She and lawmakers will also need to seek common ground on those issues. And a bill introduced in New York would raise the state's minimum wage to $21.25 by 2026. Minimum wage would then be adjusted each year for inflation. Currently, minimum wage is $15 in New York City and just over $14 for the rest of the state. Proponents of the bill hope this will be passed as a part of the budget.
Other states have introduced similar bills. In Massachusetts, one bill proposed to raise minimum wage by $1 every year for the next 5 years. In California, one bill proposes to raise the minimum wage for fast food workers. And former President Trump is in New York today for his expected booking and arraignment tomorrow. Trump faces felony charges of business fraud in relations to hush money payments during his 2016 campaign. Trump said he'll spend a night in Trump Tower before turning himself in to authorities tomorrow.
Trump becomes the first former president to be criminally indicted. Trump still has an active 2024 campaign. Demonstrators supporting Trump began gathering near a West Palm Beach shopping center, which Trump will pass by on his way to the airport.
And tomorrow, NATO will welcome its newest member. Finland becomes the latest Scandinavian country and the 31st country to join the alliance.
This acquisition may be a tough pill for Russia to swallow. President Putin has always opposed NATO-backed Finland. By joining, Finland doubles NATO's territory along the Russian border. Russia has already warned that it will add more forces near Finland if NATO places more in the country.
And still ahead on News Live at 6, you'll need this thing, a rain jacket, later on this week. But for how long? I'll have your answer coming up in my full 5-day forecast after the break. Stay with us on News Live at 6.
I hear the alarm bell go off in school. I think it's an air raid.
A lot of houses in our neighborhood have been destroyed. I like to close my ears and sing songs whenever the bombs come close.
I'm worried our new neighbors won't like us.
But I know it's all gonna be worth it. I just want my family to be safe. But these are not my words.
These are not my words.
These are not my words.
Jason, let's go see your room.
What do you think? We kept it a little spare, so you can decorate it how you like.
Dinner!
Go. Excellent. Soccer's fun. Yeah, I saw you guys out there.
From the Citrus TV Weather Center, this is SU's most accurate weather forecast.
Welcome back to News Live at 6. And you know, Peyton and Peter, it was nice out today. I didn't have to wear my jacket to class. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that those jackets can stay in the closet. I'm really loving this sunny weather. Peter, are we going to see more of it?
Well, you know what kind of jacket might need to not stay in the closet is your rain jacket. We're going to see a lot of precipitation the next couple days, unfortunately. I know, but that's spring, right? Going to see a lot of rain coming down in these first few days, and especially today. We're already starting to see it. It was a little drizzly outside, and it will be for the next couple days, Tuesday and especially Wednesday. We could see some severe thunderstorms then.
Oh.
I know, April is the month that brings May showers, or previous to May showers. We're seeing a showery start to April. A lot of rain in these first couple days. The most rain in the last 10 years in April, 8 inches of rain back in 2017. Generally right around 3 to 4 inches of rain this month, and that seems like we're on track for that already, especially with rain for the next 3 days. Like I said, however, the temperatures are getting up there. It could get up into the 70s on Wednesday, Thursday back down into the lower 60s. But we're seeing summer temperatures already in the first month of spring. Friday, Saturday could see some more sun. We're going to dip down into the mid 40s, 50s. But that's the great thing. We're seeing the rain go away and some more sun, but we're going to see more rain over these next couple days. Out of the next 9 days, 6 of them should be rainy or are looking like we're going to see at least some precipitation. Now, over the weekend, I had the pleasure of going up to the North Country, right on the border of New York and Vermont, to my summer camp, Camp Dudley, on Lake Champlain. When I arrived, it was a blizzard snowing all the way up there. The next day, a sunny, beautiful day. That's what it's like in the spring here in New York. It can change on a dime, the weather, going from snowy to sunny just like that, in the 30s to the 60s. What a beautiful week of weather we've had here in New York State. We're going to see a lot more rain, though, these next couple days. Jake and Peyton, I'll send it right back to you.
Peter, thank you. I'm excited to see those May showers or flowers, whichever they are. But a nostalgic favorite will soon be available in school cafeterias. Starting this year, school administrators will be able to buy 2 different Lunchables for school lunches. 2 different types of lunch packs will be available: turkey and cheddar cracker stacker, and extra cheesy pizza.
And Kraft Heinz spokesperson said that the 2 offerings meet National School Lunch Program guidelines thanks to a specialized recipe. The recipe has more protein and whole grains, as well as reduced saturated fat and sodium with an increased serving size.
Over in sports, Syracuse women's lacrosse makes history with the best start in program history. The Orange are ranked #1 in the nation for the 3rd consecutive week. Plus, opening day for the Syracuse Mets has arrived. I'll break down all the details for you when we come back.
Hey, Hard, what's this? That's my resignation letter. You're resigning. Why? Because you're constantly ignoring me. You're half as active as you used to be, and you get stuff like this. You've been putting me under a lot of pressure lately. That's why I'm ready to quit. I forgot. I'll do better. Please, don't quit on me. Okay. But remember, it's not what you say. It's what you do.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you.
Let's go for a walk.
Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Dad?
Just 1 minute, okay?
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
And now, your Citrus TV Sports Report.
There's not a single women's lacrosse team in the country better than Syracuse, and there hasn't been for 3 straight weeks. Welcome into sports. I'm Ashley Wenskoski. The Orange are ranked #1 once again in the Inside Lacrosse Coaches Poll, marking the 3rd straight week that they've held the top spot. It's their longest stretch at #1 in program history, and deservedly so. Kayla Trainer's squad kept their perfect 13-0 record intact this Sunday on senior night. Syracuse took care of #11 Virginia with ease inside the JMA Wireless Dome. Emma Ward led the Orange offense with a career-high 10 points, scoring 4 goals and 6 assists. Megan Tyrell added to her resume for the Tewaaraton Award as well, with a hat trick in each half to finish with 6 goals and 3 assists. On the defensive end, goalkeeper Delaney Schweitzer made 5 saves and held the Cavs to just 3 goals in the second half. Listen in to head coach Kayla Trainer discuss her team's mindset.
ACC's, the best conference in the country, and we were able to make a really big statement tonight against an amazing team. And, we're competitive. We want to win, and we want to win big. And we've played them in the past. We've lost in the past. And so, I think it was a great game by the girls. Wanted them to just enjoy the night and enjoy the win.
Syracuse will look to stay perfect as they turn their attention this weekend to number 22 Clemson on Saturday. Face-off is scheduled for 2 p.m. at Cicero North Syracuse High School. Over on the men's side of the field, things aren't going quite as smoothly. The Orange hosted number 3 Notre Dame inside the Dome on Saturday and fell behind 8-2 in the first half. But Syracuse battled against the Fighting Irish, coming all the way back from their 6-goal deficit to take a lead in the fourth quarter. The comeback was led by Cole Kirst on his senior day. The Lehigh transfer had 2 goals and 2 assists, but after an apparent Finn Thompson goal was called back in the fourth, SU lost their momentum and allowed the Irish to go on a 9-goal scoring run that ultimately led them to a 20-12 win. Syracuse is still searching for their first conference win of the season. They'll look to rebound this weekend against number 15 Princeton down in the Garden State. And over on the baseball diamond, the Mets and Yankees both shined on baseball's opening weekend. The Yankees opened the season with some interleague play, taking 2 of 3 from the San Francisco Giants. They'll look to keep their winning ways going when the reigning National League champions, the Philadelphia Phillies, come to town tonight. The Phils will look for their first win of the season behind former Met Taijuan Walker against the Bombers at 7:05 p.m. And speaking of the Mets, they took 3 of 4 from division rival Miami to start the season. Japanese star Kodai Senga dazzled in his major league debut on Sunday, finishing with just 1 earned run and 8 strikeouts in 5 1/3 innings to send the Mets to Milwaukee in good spirits. But the good feeling's probably gone. New York had a quick turnaround today with a day game against the Brewers, and it looked like they were still asleep. The Metropolitans mustered just 3 hits in the shutout loss. But enough about the big club. The Syracuse Mets, their AAA affiliate, have their home opener tomorrow. They started the season on the road this weekend and lost 2 of 3 to the Worcester Woo Sox. They'll look to rebound Tuesday against the Rochester Red Wings. The Mets are going to be must-see baseball this summer as their roster features many of MLB's top prospects, including Francisco Alvarez, Brett Beatty, and Mark Vientos. First pitch from NBT Bank Stadium is scheduled for 2:05 p.m. tomorrow. You can follow my Twitter for live in-game updates for Citrus TV Sports.
Ashley, thank you. And coming up after the break, Peter Elliott will be in studio with your wake-up weather.
Dad, they took over my bedroom. Come on, come on. Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving. The ultimate party foul.
Thanks for sticking with us on News Live at 6. When you wake up tomorrow in the mid-40s, and it will be raining, light drizzle like we're seeing today, but that rain should taper off by about noon. And ahead of that, Syracuse Mets first pitch at 2:05.
Can't wait for that, Peter. But meanwhile, the Twitter logo was changed today, at least on the browser. Users refreshing their pages today could see the Doge logo in the corner where the bird usually is. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm a Dogecoin guy, so that made me happy.
I am a woman of tradition. I kind of like the little bird. I think, even though I love dogs, they're my favorite animals, I just like the bird better.
I agree with you.
Jake, you being a Dogecoin owner is one of the least surprising things I've heard in a long time.
Well, thank you, Peter. And that's all the time we have for you today on Citrus TV News.
For more of the latest, follow us on Citrus TV News on Twitter or check out our website at citrustv.com.
For all of us at Citrus TV News, I'm Jake Morel.
And I'm Peyton Spellacy. Have a great night, Syracuse.